All right, welcome to day 12 of the 10K in 30-day challenge. Now, today is the day that we got to really talk about because this is the part that's important. Honey, we got to figure out how we getting paid. So we're going to talk about payment and getting paid. We got to make sure that we are set up to be paid. And I'm going to share with you some of the nuances of this. So today we're focusing on setting up efficient systems to collect payment because I want us to remember that closing the deal isn't just about agreeing to the services, it's also about ensuring a smooth, professional payment process. So I want you to have a straightforward method for receiving payments, but I also want you to make it super easy for your clients while also still being professional. So that's what we're going to explore today and make sure that we're communicating effectively. So the first thing I want you to do, answer the question, how would someone pay you right now? Put it in the comments. How would you receive payment right now? If someone said, "Let's go, let's do it." What is the method that you would give them to pay you? And be honest. And if you don't have one, say, "I don't have one." Or if you don't know, say, "I don't know." Because that's the purpose of the session, to make sure that you are prepared and ready to go. We're going to be ready so we don't have to get ready. So, for those of you who don't know, you don't have it set up, I want you to choose a couple of reliable payment methods. First of all, Cash App is off the list. Do not use Cash App. Cash App is for person to person, and there is no way to retrieve any lost payments or any errors. So we don't want to use Cash App. And Cash App is not about business. Cash App is, can you send me $5 for gas? Cash App is, can you send me $20 to get me something to eat? That's what Cash App is known for. So we're going to steer away from Cash App. But you can use PayPal, you can use Zelle, you can use Venmo, and you can use an invoicing system if you have QuickBooks or FreshBooks or any of those. They typically have an invoicing system that's attached to them. But you want to ensure that your payment gateway, whatever you're using, that it matches the name that you're using. So let me explain that to you. I know you like, what are you saying, Chanel? Okay, so this is what I'm saying. So you cannot tell me that we're talking about you writing a curriculum for me, or we're talking about you coming in to do a quick training, or maybe like Olivia, maybe you are going to set up some YouTube thumbnails and some SEO and do some video editing, and you all have agreed upon the price. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to you and we're agreeing upon the price. And then I receive a PayPal request, or I say, "What's your Zelle information?" And you say jazzyq24@gmail.com. But your name is Olivia. Why is that location somewhere different? We don't know if that's you or not. It just does not look professional, and it does not look like you were really trying to make money. If our intention that we set on day 2 was to bring money in, then we have to do the things that we need to do to ensure a smooth and simple process, but also to ensure that we are in order. So it takes you no time to set up a new PayPal account. Set up a new PayPal account, or just change the name that's on your PayPal account. If you know that your Zelle is attached to an email that is jazzyboo218@gmail.com, go ahead and connect that Zelle to your another Gmail account. And it can be just your name. It can be tanyajones@email.com or whatever. But it makes more sense. You cannot be Tanya and your email is Jazzy B. You cannot be Tanya and your PayPal is kicking it 214. No, let's make them match. So these are things that help us to avoid confusion. And it also allows the people to know that you're really serious about this. So this is what I want you to think about. This is the analogy that I'm going to share with you today. I want you to think about your payment process like you do when you go to the checkout line at the supermarket. Okay. So when you go to your supermarket, Kroger, Piggly Wiggly, Schnucks, True Value, Deerbergs, whatever your store is, you know exactly where to go to pay, and you know what payment methods are accepted. You don't go in there talking about, do you take Cloud Blue? Do you take Rubios from another country? You don't do that. Just like we know what to do at the grocery store, we know what payment methods are accepted. Your clients should have a clear path to completing their payment with options that they recognize and trust. And that's the big thing, with options that they recognize and trust. And they should have more than one option. It costs you $0 to set up stripe.com. Stripe, STRIPE.com. Cost you $0. Okay. So you have options. You got Zelle, you got Venmo, you got PayPal. You have your invoicing system. And then the other thing is when you're discussing payment, I want you to transition smoothly from the agreement on the services to your payment terms. So when they say, "Oh yeah, that sounds like a good program," I want you to be direct. I don't want you beating around the bush. Nobody likes to beat around the bush when it comes to how we're going to pay, but you got to also remember that your client don't really want to ask you how much it costs and how to make the payment. So you're going to overcome that objection or that hurdle by telling them, "I accept payments via PayPal, you can use Zelle, or I can send you an invoice. Which option works best for you?" Just that simple. So you're telling them the ways that they can pay you instead of you waiting for them to ask you the question. You're going to take care of all of this up front. Now remember, if your services are on the higher end, you got to have a payment plan for these folks and then break down that total cost into manageable scheduled payments. And you need to clearly state your due dates. You need to clearly state any late fees or any discounts for early payments, because we want to avoid all surprises. We want to be clear. We want to work in integrity, but we also want to work to support our clients. So for instance, if you're a consultant or someone selling your services and the service that you're offering is $1,000 service, you might say you can definitely do this in 2 payments of $500. The first payment starts at the onset of the work, and the second payment is midway through the project or at completion. Just that simple. Don't make a big deal out of it. Say what the pricing is and keep moving and say, "Would that work for you?" And they can then begin to say yeah or no, or I don't know, or whatever they're going to say. But you need to make sure that you are offering what your payment methods are, that you're clear about what your payment methods are, and that you're talking about any due dates, any late fees, any discounts, because some people will pay off early if they know that they'll get a discount. But most importantly, we don't want any surprises. And then the next thing that I want to share with you is you also have to be consistent in that business identity. So any payment related emails, any invoices, any links that you're sending, they need to have that business name in common. So if you don't have a business, that's okay. All I'm saying is it costs you nothing to create a new Gmail account. That can be your first name, last name at gmail.com. It costs you nothing. But if you know that you are Jazzy B219 and your name is Tanya, that don't make sense. We changing that, okay? We want to have some consistency because that helps to build the trust and the professionalism. Now, I'm not saying that having a Gmail account is okay. Let me be clear. If you got a business, you need to be willing to pay for the domain that your business name is under. So if you're reading and consulting LLC, your Gmail should be Tanya at readingandconsulting.com. But I understand if you don't have a business, we just need the names to align and to match, okay? Because that helps with the trust as well as the professionalism. And so how we do anything is how we do everything. If you're not willing to align your name and it doesn't even cost you anything, what makes me think that you're going to be willing to give me a high level of service? Because we only know what you send us. So you can, and don't forget that when they set up those payment arrangements, go ahead and create an email right now with the reminder of when the next payment is due. You can schedule those emails in the system. And so if you know you're doing a 30-day contract and they're going to pay you again in 14 days, go ahead and schedule the email now in the system, because Gmail will allow you to schedule emails in advance. And it's just a reminder. It's always nice to remind people when their next payment is. So your action steps for today, because I hope this has been helpful for you. And y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know. But let me get my plug in before I give you your action steps for today. If you have not signed up for how to sell your services to schools, colleges, and community-based organizations, go ahead and get signed up. It's going to be an amazing 2 hours where I'm just going to give you all gems. I'm going to give you all the game. I'm telling you, all I'm asking you to do is to buy my lunch. I like to go to lunch. Y'all know I like to go to Capitol Grill. Just think to yourself, Dr. D is inviting me into this session, and all she wants me to do is buy her a lunch. It's $47, people. That's all I'm asking for. It's $47. I'm going to walk you through how to sell your services to schools, community-based organizations, and colleges. And then all you have to do is go out. You can make the money. Once you go make the money, girl, come on back, join my mastermind, okay? So I can give you all of the gems. So that 2 hours ain't enough for me to give it all to you. It takes a couple of months for me to be able to do that. But that will happen on August 31st at 9 a.m. Central Time. It's a Saturday. If you can't make it, you're going to get access to the replay. You'll also get a customized workbook along with a bonus of how to price your services effectively. So you'll get that mini course as well. So for today's action steps, I want you to review and streamline your payment methods. I want you to make sure that you're clear with your clients and that you're consistent with your identity. And then I want you to share in the comments the changes that you plan to make or any challenges that you might foresee. And remember, I read the comments, and as you can see, I go in and I respond to your comments. I'm more than happy to speak specifically to you in a video if you just tell me what's going on and how I can help. So let's get our systems refined together. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to day 12. Don't forget to prepare for the upcoming workshop on August 31st, how to sell your services to schools, schools, colleges, and community-based organizations. Secure your spot, and let's take your business to the next level. I hope this has been helpful for you. And you know what? I'll be back tomorrow with day 13. Don't you worry. We got day 13 ready for you. So join me back tomorrow.